Good morning. Good morning, people of God. I hope everyone rested well, and I hope you have an amazing, is it Thursday? Wow. Is it Thursday or Wednesday? The week is going by fast. Um, so I hope you have an amazing Wednesday or Thursday, whatever the day is. What I want to say this morning is, as we get up to start our day, it's almost 6 o'clock here where I am. I want to say something. I want to talk about something that's on my mind. And what's on my mind this morning is that gaslighting. I've recently learned what gaslighting was thanks to my sisters, other YouTube creators who have taught me that earlier last year. When gaslighting is present, love is absent. And when we actually when we or others gaslight us, that is a sign of immaturity, and that is a sign that there is no love there. Taking accountability when we have wronged someone, it doesn't make us a bad person, it doesn't make us an evil person, but taking accountability. No one likes to be wrong, but we are all wrong at times. We make mistakes, we're imperfect, and I think when we can acknowledge those mistakes and take accountability and not try to make others be the problem when really or invalidate their experience of our error, I think when we can take accountability, that shows a sign of maturity, respect, and also love. And I think that we can build healthy connections with those, with people who have reached that level. That is my mindset. That is what I believe in, and I'm not interested in building any type of, whether it be business, platonic friendships, relationships, or anything. I don't want to establish anyone in my circle who's not reached that level, because I want to build healthy connections. Me as a young single woman, life is crazy, and so I don't want to add to the craziness of moving forward in my life, establishing bad, unhealthy connections. I work on myself every day, and I believe that I would do that until the day I die. I want to be pleasing to God, and most of all, I don't want to hurt people. I want to help people, and most importantly, I want to help myself, and I want to continue sleeping good at night. So I just want to say, what I want to say is, I don't believe that when gaslighting is present, there is any love or maturity within an individual. I believe an individual who gaslights others and refuses to take responsibility for their issues, their problems, or when they make a mistake, I believe they still have a lot of healing to do, and we should pray for those brothers and sisters who still have healing to do, but not establish anything solid, because it could, be detrimental to our growth. And I want to share a little story. There were two sisters, and one of the sisters, she had a friend with her. So there were two sisters. They were three ladies. They were together. Two of them were sisters, and one of them were one of the sister's friends. Well, let's just say sister. I'm gonna just make up names. Sister Susie and sister Betty. Right? Let's make up names. One sister Susie, one sister Betty, and sister Betty had a friend there with her. So they were all out. They were all out at some place. They met up at some place on an outing, right? So sister Susie, sister Betty got upset with, no, sister Susie, she seemed a little disgruntled with something that sister Betty seemed a little disgruntled with something sister Susie said. So her sister Susie notices it, and she goes, "Oh, Betty, are you okay?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." but really she wasn't fine. And so Sister Susie says, well, you want to talk about it? You don't seem fine. She says, yeah, I'm good. And Sister Betty says, yeah, I'm good. And she kind of just, like rolls her eyes or whatever, like, you asking me, am I, yeah, I'm good. Right? She's just disdain at her sister asking her, was she okay? So clearly her sister feels her energy, right? Her vibe. She's not okay, but she's not saying why. So Sister Susie's just smiling up, okay, that's fine, you're okay. She just takes the higher road and just leaves it alone because she knows her sister's not okay, but she's saying she is. So because she felt that type of energy, and her sister's there all walking along, and her sister's talking to her friend now, and she's feeling some type of way because of how her sister has handled her, but she just decides, okay, let me just leave it alone. So she says, hey ladies, I'm gonna go back home. I got something that I'm want to work on. I'm just gonna go back home. You ladies enjoy yourself, okay? Enjoy your evening. So she excludes herself, which I would have done the same thing. So as they're continuing on their outing, her sister and her friend, um, so now, everybody has Facebook. So her sister picks up the phone, goes on Facebook Live, and there she's showing where they are. She has her friend on camera, and now Sister Susie, her sister's at home, so she's seeing her live. While she's on live, she starts talking about her sister. Yeah, you see how she just asking me if I'm okay. She had a problem with her sister asking her if she was okay. And she's now talking about her sister to her friend on live, right? And so her sister is watching all of this, and now she feels some type of way. That's hurtful, but she doesn't say anything. So she's like, okay, I know I got to put distance there now because whatever that is, that's not how I operate. So she doesn't speak to her sister. She didn't call her and say she's upset with her. She just, she chalked it up, left it alone. She saw her behavior. She knows that's not how a sister should treat another sister. Long story short, after these ladies depart, her other sister and a friend depart, they go their separate ways. Life continues to go on. So as life continues to go on, now these sisters who normally would communicate on a regular basis, they're not. No one's reaching out because, for one, Susie has seen how her sister has handled her, which was not right, and the sister who did that, she's now coming to herself, realizing that she was wrong. So time is passing, and I guess it's bothering her because she knows she was wrong, right? Rather than she reach out to her sister and say, hey, the way I handled you the other day, I was wrong. I apologize. This is how I felt when you said what you said, but I should have never handled you like that, and blah, blah, blah. She didn't do that. She realizes her live is up, or whatever the post was on her Facebook. So she knows her sister has seen it. She goes and she reaches out to her sister, and says, hey, I realized that you may have felt some type of way the other day, about what I said, or how I responded or whatever, and I'm sorry you felt that way, you know but it's just me. It's just how you know how I am. It's just me. It's just how I respond or whatever. But I realize that sometimes people can be sensitive and stuff like that. So really what she's doing is, rather than taking accountability for how short she was with her sister, for how she hid her personal feelings, or maybe she didn't have the words to express her disdain for whatever it is that her sister questioning her about, what she upset, made her feel some type of way. Whatever funky mood she was in, she behaved badly. She behaved poorly with her sister. And then on top of that, to go and talk about her sister on a live with a friend, you know, that exposes what's inside of her heart. And if I were that sister, I wouldn't know how to ever come back from that. Not saying I don't love her. I will always love my sister, but I may not want to be close proximity because I know I can't trust you. Now I don't know how to trust you, and how can I come back from that when you have felt some type of way about me, and to God honest knows truth, I don't know why, but clearly you felt some type of way about what I said, and I really didn't say anything wrong. Something inside of you was triggered, and because you don't want to explain it, or you don't have the words to explain it, now you're trying to make it seem as if I'm the one who felt some type of way rather than taking accountability. No, you handled me wrong. And then you went and talked about me publicly and with your friend, and I thought we were sisters. That's not sisterly. And I don't know how to come back from that because I don't know what to say to you, because clearly my words can trigger something inside of you that I have no knowledge of. And if you are triggered again, no telling how you will handle me in the future, and that is hurtful. I'm a human being. I have feelings too. I know I'm a strong woman, but I bruise easily. You see? Um so when we do things like that, that's a sign of an unhealed individual. And if I were Susie, I would pray for my sister, but I would love her from a distance, and I would limit communication. Not that I don't want to communicate with my sister. Who wouldn't want to communicate with their sister? I'm an only child. I've never had a sibling, so I would adore my sisters or brothers, but to be handled like that, I'd rather remain being an only child if I got to be dealt with like that by a sibling. That's painful. Or even friends who are sisterly or brotherly, and then all of a sudden they just start acting funky with you. You trigger your words or trigger something inside of them, and they don't explain it to you, but they go and they talk about you, and you have knowledge of this thing, and they know you have knowledge of what they've said and done, and they too know that they haven't handled you in the best way. And God may have, sometimes I believe sometimes God puts things on folks' spirit for them to come back and take an opportunity to grow, because they got somebody that they can grow with that will not mishandle their vulnerability if they do come back and take accountability, and express themselves of what may have happened. So I think people can take the opportunity to grow um, when they make mistakes, if they handle things the right way, if they handle people the right way. But when you mishandle people, you push good people away sometimes, because people don't know how to trust you. If you mishandle your sister like that publicly, then, what will you do to me? And if I'm supposed to be your sister or longtime friend, and you mishandle me like that, I'm not going to stick around for you to do it again and again. And I'm not going to communicate with you when you come at me gaslighting me, because now I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know how to trust you when you come at me and you take accountability, when you know you've made a mistake. Then I can appreciate that, I can respect that, I can forgive you, I can love on you, and we can move on together, and I can understand you better, you know because if I'm willing to understand you, then I think it takes two. It takes a mutual effort to build a solid friendship. It takes understanding. It takes love. And when gaslighting is present, um I don't I don't see love there. I don't see love there. So that's what I wanted to share. We have to make healthy connections. None of us is perfect, but we can all take accountability when we've made a mistake. We can listen, we can understand, we can express ourselves, you know. But part of in my opinion, part of being mature and healed, a sign of being mature and healed is being able to take accountability when we have wronged someone. All right. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share this morning. I hope you all have an amazing day. You are special. Remember, there is only one of you in this whole wide world. There's nobody else like you. You matter, baby. You matter. You're somebody. You were created for a reason. Even the very hairs on your head are numbered. True beauty comes from within. If you see it on the outer, that's just an extra plus. Have a blessed day. We know that the blood of Jesus, Yeshua, our friend, our brother, that's the only blood that has some power. And remember, you are the light of the world. Wherever you show up, darkness is intimidated. You shake the whole room because of the light that you carry. Don't ever let that light grow dark. Go and be great today. Hug somebody, love somebody. A smile goes a long way. You never know what's going on in somebody's day. Have a blessed day.